I saw a video yesterday that really made me smile, and I just wanted to share it with you and give a quick reaction and explanation. So this was a video posted by the American actor Selma Blair on Instagram, and it's her using an ankle-foot orthosis to walk. And there's something about this video that I really love and I really enjoyed, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So for those who don't know, Selma Blair is quite well known. She's an actor. She's been in many movies. She's most famous for the movie Legally Blonde, where she sort of plays the villain character. She also played a character in Hellboy, Liz Sherman, and various other movies. And she actually went public about her diagnosis of multiple sclerosis in 2018, and she's been very vocal about it, and I think she's very courageous and has done some great things for the community and is still active and working and trying to be a successful actor, of course, which she already is. But anyway, she says that retrospectively, she's had symptoms of multiple sclerosis for many years. She had tingling, imbalance, clumsiness, and she didn't know what it was. She saw doctors and they sort of reassured her and thought it was due to stress and sleep deprivation, hormonal changes, whatever it might be. But eventually she had a quite severe worsening with severe imbalance and changes in her speech, and she eventually had an MRI scan and was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And that's when she went public, and she had those famous pictures of her at the Academy Awards in a gown and everything, and she looked amazing. But anyways, not too much is known about what she does on a day-to-day basis, but she did say that she underwent a treatment which is hematopoietic stem cell transplant by a doctor named Richard Burt, who's at Northwestern University, and he's well known for performing this controversial treatment for autoimmune diseases such as multiple sclerosis. And basically, the way the treatment works is that it depletes the immune system, and stem cells from your own bloodstream is given to sort of replenish your immune system. And the benefit of the treatment is it can be highly effective, sometimes causing a significant reversal of disability, and also it can cause a long-term remission so that people don't need ongoing treatments. Now, of course, there are risks with it because the effective aspect of the treatment is not the stem cells, but is in fact the chemotherapy. And some of these drugs can be quite toxic. The things that Dr. Burt uses are things such as cyclophosphamide and antithymocyte globulin, and I am in fact planning a separate video just on this topic to explain how autologous hematopoietic stem cell transplant works and the evidence behind it. But anyways, I just want to show the clip of her using the ankle-foot orthosis. So you may not see it there, but the devices that are attached to her shins are these devices called AFOs, ankle-foot orthoses. And basically, a lot of people with multiple sclerosis, they can have weakness in their legs, but they often have disproportionate weakness in this muscle called the anterior tibialis. And that's the muscle that sort of helps you lift up your toes. And the problem is that if it's weak, the toes can sort of drag and cause you to trip. And a lot of people with multiple sclerosis have this fatiguing muscle weakness where they may walk okay at first, but after they get tired, their toes start dragging. And so here come these devices called AFOs. But the problem with AFOs is they're often stiff or uncomfortable or too heavy, so people don't like them. There are also functional electrical stimulator versions of them, such as that made by WalkAid and Bionice. And basically what they do is they sense that when you're going to take a step, and then they stimulate your anterior tibialis so the toe lifts up so that you don't trip. But the problem is some people, they just don't have the right gait for it, or they find it annoying, or it works at first, but then as they get tired, it doesn't work as well. So those devices don't really work well for everyone. But then there are all kinds of different types of ankle-foot orthoses, including these variants that are sort of flexible and they're custom fit sometimes and they have just the right give. And so she finds this device that seems to work for her, and she is in fact walking significantly better than she was in the past. And this problem can be so annoying that a lot of women walk with heels just so that they don't really have to use their anterior tibialis because they're kind of walking just with their calves and they don't have to lift up their toe. But anyways, what I like the most about this video is her reaction to it. So let's take a look at her reaction to getting this AFO and walking with it. Just that pure, beautiful, unadulterated smile of pure joy, finding exactly what you need that works perfectly for you. I just love that reaction. And then she goes on to talk about it and sort of give credit to the company and the orthotist who made the AFO for her.
So, me, Autobach. Thank you for Prosthetic and Orthotic Group for finding me the right AFO for me. Yay.
So anyways, the other thing that you may notice in that clip is that she has a voice disorder, and she's come out and said that she has the condition spasmodic dysphonia. And spasmodic dysphonia is this condition where the larynx or voice box has abnormally contracted muscles, causing this sort of strained and altered voice that can be difficult to understand and is very annoying. Now, spasmodic dysphonia isn't really strongly associated with multiple sclerosis. It's not something that I would typically see. And, it's actually something that occurs kind of randomly, like it's more common in middle-aged women, and it's not exactly known why some people develop it. They often develop it in the absence of any known neurological disorder. But it's believed to be due to sort of overactivation of the basal ganglia and other areas of the brain causing this muscle tension. And it can be treated by a speech pathologist or sometimes with botulinum toxins, Botox injections into the laryngeal muscles to sort of weaken and relax those muscles. Now, her voice actually sounds like it could be something else. A lot of people with multiple sclerosis with cerebellar lesions can have a sort of incoordination of the voice box and have what is known as so-called scanning speech. And her voice sounds sort of like that, although, I would sort of take her word for it that she's seen an ENT doctor and maybe they did a laryngoscope and directly visualized her larynx and did in fact see the contraction. Anyways, I just wanted to share that clip with you guys. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future videos, please post in the comments below.